Hey, if you've not checked me out before, my name is David Brown, and I'm the creator behind Rough to Revenue. It's a behind the scenes story of a person in their 50s trying to take an idea and turn it into reality or a side hustle in business. And happy to say we're a little over 2 months. And if you look at one of the previous episodes where we talk about learning by doing, I will definitely say I'm learning every day. There's some introspective things that I'm learning as well. Quick flash, I was leading my social media content, which again, I'm not a social media person. I had gotten off of social media posting over the last handful of years. I think my personal network is around 700 individuals. I started baiting people that I have something coming up. I started showing some packaging arriving. I tried to use that asset of developing the business before I even had it. I'm posting, people are getting excited, the craze is going huge. And then finally the day, probably about a week or two of doing that, leading up, I launched that I'm starting Rival Games. Rival Golf will be the flagship offering. It's going to be an area that you can have fun and entertainment in your home, parties, company, bars, everywhere. And people are like, oh man, that's fantastic. It's a great idea. And lo and behold, I had started getting some offers. I had people inquiring. I think I actually booked a few events. So I'm thinking, hit this idea. It's going to just be bonkers. I'm going to have to think about hiring people. Going to have to get a vehicle. Just my mind was racing. But then reality set in. And if you've been through there, you know it. So I hit that initial wave of people, my close friends, all the people that said it was a great idea. Guess what? People that compliment you aren't necessarily customers. Not that they won't be, but this isn't about getting likes. There are certain businesses, I know many people out here, creators and YouTube, try to have a handle to help people to reach the masses over time. That becomes a business. But this is a little bit more tangible. This is more of a service product orientation where I'm trying to create that environment, enhance a party, enhance a wedding, enhance a bar's slow night through competitive games, that social aspect, really allowing people a way that might have been afraid to golf, that they can swing a club, have some fun, have a few laughs, try something new, try something different. Some people liken it to maybe a video game or more of an interactive video game. But getting back to the moral, I had a lot to learn. I did not know how to necessarily acquire customers. I thought I was building all this stuff and spending a bunch of time on the backside with trying to operationalize my phone system, my intake, my forms. All the meanwhile, I possibly could have been causing some harm. And by that, I mean, I wasn't really sure. Am I losing leads? Am I not getting any leads? I started assessing some of the stuff. It led to a lot of research, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of AI searches of how to optimize this business, how to get leads. I'm in a pretty defined market. I'm trying to grow this in a smaller community, about 6 or 7,000. And I'm not in a major metropolitan area. I have a limited capacity that could drive maybe 60, 70 hours one way. So my market is getting smaller, and that's probably one of the biggest weaknesses I have, yet can be somewhat of my opportunity as well. So I learned, let's try going into Facebook ads. Facebook, everyone's there, just plug it in and go. So far, I can tell you, that's far from here. I've spent maybe $400 or $500, but I don't know that I've really even generated. I take it back. I generated one lead. And so I'm trying to redefine that and looked at my Google account page, realized that I have no idea what Google sees, what the algorithm is. So I'm trying to use some resources, some AI resources. There's some paid resources, but really trying to get a better handle of having key search words and everything. There are items that you can use that tell you how you stand in relationship to your competition. So make sure you fully understand some of the implications like me. Don't just race into these programs thinking I'm fairly sharp, I can figure it out. Some of the programs are sold to be foolproof, that you can just type in prompts and it builds all this stuff. But I may have actually created a Frankenstein method. So 2 months in, I'm starting to pull that back. Let's go back to that first event. The first event comes and I'm elated. Now I have the ability to generate some content. I can catch some videos, I can catch some photos, but I'm scurrying from day one, struggling to get set up in time. I underestimated the time. We had some technical issues. It happened. But then we got it going. People were having fun, wanted to know when I was going to be back. I got that next wave. I can build off this, throw posts out, put that back into my Facebook social media posts. Sure enough, people are enjoying it. They're commenting, they're sharing, and we're getting the buzz. But no other business contacts. Go to second event. learn from my first event. You have to take every event and area that you do. I don't care if it's your social media profile, your business and Google account standing. You have to assess, investigate, understand, and then act. You have to make those little incremental changes and see what's going on. I arrived at plenty of time. Actually, I scoped the event out ahead of time, making sure the space was right. Because when I got there, we pivoted. We changed it into a different event. I was set up early, had some prizes, had everything dialed in, no technical issues. And lo and behold, the event went off relatively well. People were having fun. I learned about how to run some of the games. I learned a little bit more about handling the flow, getting people that never golfed into it. Got some great videos. The team had loads of fun. So go back next day again, throw some more content out there, try to angle some things, take leads. And guess what? Little buzz, a lot of likes, few comments, but it still didn't generate leads. Now I'm really struggling. And this is the part where I start hitting the self-doubt. This is probably the low point of the storyline. And you start thinking, I'm 2 months in, what have I done? I put a lot of time into this. I think I'm a smart guy. This isn't rocket science. Why can't I figure this out? Right now, I'm at the point of maybe just relaxing a little, not turning down the intensity, but maybe not feeling so desperate. I am starting to scale down some of my intake forms. I'm starting to simplify some of the tools I have so that I'm catching the leads. Because the one takeaway here, I will say, in almost every business, when they pose a question, fill a form, or ask for more input, quotes, whatever it is, the faster you can contact them or get in touch, the better off it's going to be for both parties. People buy on emotion, they buy in need, they buy on time. And once that window gets too large, either the pain goes away if they have something, or if it's emergency, like a busted pipe, they're going to find a different solution because they need something in the moment. Now, sometimes that doesn't mean that you can be there and it's like, oh, no harm, no foul, I didn't lose anything. But you might have been able to offer them a solution until you could get there. Say you're a plumber, say you knew a quick fix of trying to at least shut the water off. Do they know where the water shutoff valve is? Can they shut the entire main off? Can they wrap something over the pipe to buy you a little time to get there? Or can you honestly just refer them to a better qualified person in the moment? And sometimes having a solution that's your competitor can be a great advantage. So we're digging in, getting into the work to find work. I'm committed to the fact that this was not going to be just a quick get to $100,000. The proverbial Rome was not built in a day, but it's hard. It's tough on your emotions. It's tough when you're going through this alone. I am doing this alone. Part of that is my own pride. I'm starting to network with a few other people in this business throughout the US. I think my advice to you would be the same thing. Network with people in that area. Don't view them necessarily as competition. They're your peers. If they got a longer runway, I think most people would be glad to share some of their learnings with you so you don't go through the same pains they did. If you have a service or a business, try to create ads or marketing or solicit pre-books or early orders before you spend $1 on the business. That's a great business idea, but it lets you know that your business idea is sound. If you get a wealth of pre-orders or early bookings, you're on it. If you're really struggling or having slow, that may make you second guess, because I still feel there's a need, place, a fit. People do it every day, but it's trying to entertain people, keep them happy, give them something different. For venues, it's trying to find a way to spike that business and not just have the same old entertainment. Now it's on me. I'm apparently not conveying the right message and tweak where we're going. So stay tuned for more episodes to see how these changes are working. Remember, you have to assess, understand, and make those improvements. If they don't have to be big improvements, I'm just trying to shoot for a 1% to 2% improvement of what I'm doing every day. Over a week, I'm already going to gain incremental change. Over a month, that's 25% better. I have to have a business I can control and grow. This is allowing me to get my fundamentals straight, but more importantly, streamline and stay focused on what I'm trying to do. Understand my service, enhance my offering. I've already started to pivot a few different ways that we're going to talk about as we go with how do you make those changes. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed the content. I hope you feel that it's been worthwhile. Love to hear if you have any comments on what you are dealing with or other angles that you may be going through, and we can make that a topic. If you like this, please hit the thumbs below, or more importantly, please subscribe and share this channel. Take care.